Latest Lions rumors and news, and that's the topic of today's video. We're going to be talking about some articles. Should the Detroit Lions trade for Jimmy G? We'll get into that, and I'm going to give you my response. What about 2023? Lamar Jackson, he could be a guy who may not be back with the Baltimore Ravens. Discussion, should the Lions take a look at him? Also, we're going to get into ESPN talking about some Detroit Lions player. But before we get into today's video, if you think it's a sound and smart idea to go up to an Army drill sergeant and when he's yelling at you, tell him to shut the hell up, go ahead and subscribe to my channel because we talk all things Detroit Lions news and rumors. Sometimes being a Lions fan, you can get slapped in the face. Also, take that like button with you and let that bad boy get destroyed. Let's get into today's Lions rumors. ESPN did some more rankings, and there is a couple players they talked about in this article. One being Frank the Tank Ragnow. He was not given a top 10 designation for the interior offensive line in the NFL as he was not on the list. Last year, Frank Tank Ragnow got injured, but as we all know, he's one of the best offensive linemen, interior offensive linemen in the NFL. He's one of the best centers, period, in the NFL. Now, he did get a little recognition in the article saying he's really good. It was just about the injury issues. I think that's understandable if you're talking about injuries, but at the same time, he's healthy right now, and I think he is definitely one of the best interior linemen, and he should get recognized as that. Stop the disrespect with our guy, Frank Ragnow. Folks, trying to get to 22,700 subscribers. We're 67 away of doing so, so if you've not hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do so. Smash it so you don't miss out on the latest news and rumors regarding our Detroit Lions. In the same article, TJ Hockenson was mentioned. TJ Hockenson was listed as the 7th best tight end currently in the NFL. What do I think about this ranking? I actually think this is good. I think this is a quality ranking for him. He has not officially been full-on great tight end for the Detroit Lions. The numbers are a little bit off. Injuries, some concerns, as we know. But we know he's extremely talented. He's great when he's in space. He's good at run blocking. He is a very good tight end. Do I think he's a Darren Waller? No. There's a lot of other tight ends. Well, not a lot of others, but there are other tight ends who I would put ahead of him right now. So placing him at 7 is logical in my opinion. He still has a lot of room to grow. He still has the ability to climb up that ladder and to get into the top tier, the even higher, the top 5 tight ends in the NFL. But he has to prove it this year. He has to stay on the field, and he has to make plays. And I think he's going to have the ability to do so. There's players around him where he's not the focal point for Jared Goff. So he's going to have one-on-ones. He's going to have his opportunities to make those plays. The only real issue for him that I am concerned about is injury. If he stays healthy, great. If he doesn't, you can't continue to push him up in a ranking because the best ability is availability. So for him to jump up there and to be recognized, you have to stay on the field and make those plays. And continue on with that article, Penei Sewell was mentioned. He was not placed as the top 10 offensive lineman, and I think, all honesty, that's fine right now. Last year, rookie, right to left, left to right. You know, the first half of the season is a little bit worse, I guess, from the second half, but he really showed his dominance. For me, next time, or this time next year, you're going to see Penei Sewell on this list. You're going to see Penei Sewell as a top 10 lineman on this list because he just got better and better and better last year, and now he's designated to the right side. The injury to Taylor Decker really hurt his chances in his development a little bit early on in his NFL career. You're going to see him dominate this year, and I think he's going to be one of the best right tackles when it's all said and done. Penei Sewell's a dog. He is a fighter. He's a scrapper. He's great at protection. He's great at run blocking. This guy is going to be having a monster year for the Detroit Lions this year. When it comes to Taylor Decker, he was not mentioned on this list at all as a top 10 offensive lineman. Now, Pride Detroit says that he was kind of, I'd say, screwed for the fact he should have been on that list. I don't really agree. He really should have been on this list. Again, he had his injury history. He does do penalties. You want to see consistency from Taylor Decker. I think he's a good left tackle. You know, or you could say between 12 and 13 and 14 in there, left tackles in the league. He's a solid player, but we're talking about the best lineman. I'm just not ready to put him, you know, as a guy, as a top 10. You got to show a little more consistency, and a lot of times we've seen with him with penalties, and you got to remove those penalties because penalties hurt. We've seen it a billion times watching the Detroit Lions. You have a penalty on offense, stalls the drive. It happens a lot, and he has done that. So cut those penalties down, you know, stay on the field, then we can talk a little bit. I want you guys to spam the comment section right now with hashtag FGB. You know what the GB is. You know what the F stands for. Spam it right now. Let's get this flowing. I'm seeing it already on multiple channels. I love it. Hashtag FGB. Let's start a trend and let this thing go. Article written, should the Detroit Lions trade for Jimmy Garappolo? I don't even know why this is a topic of conversation in these articles. I woke up to it, seen multiple articles, and I say, why is this in the conversation for the Detroit Lions? I'm going to tell you why. Don't believe it, and it's something the Lions are not going to do. First off, the Detroit Lions have their starting quarterback, Jared Goff. He is the quarterback this year for the Detroit Lions. He's not going to get traded. He is our starter. He's the guy who's going to be QB1. That's what it is. It is what it is. That's absolute facts. Jimmy Garappolo is not going to be a backup quarterback for a football team. I'm telling you that right now. He's going to get traded because the 49ers are working with him to a team that needs a starting quarterback or a quarterback to compete for the starting role. Jimmy G is that. He's not going to be a backup. In Detroit, he would be a backup. He's not going to come here. There's other teams that would need a starter or a competition. Seattle Seahawks come to mind. He would go there. Instantly, he would be a starter. The Cleveland Browns, Deshaun Watson, right now, no one knows what's going on with him. I think he's not going to be starting at all this year. I think he's not going to be even playing this year. That could be a destination for Jimmy G because the Cleveland Browns got to win football games after that trade. That is the case. Also, it's going to cost you quite a bit to get Jimmy G. We're not talking about a 7th-round pick. We're probably talking about between a 3rd, even potentially a late 2nd. The Detroit Lions are not giving up that capital for a backup quarterback. It's not happening, folks. Jimmy G is not going to be a Detroit Lion. We're not going to give up that draft capital. We are going to go ahead and draft our players. We have to realize that is the case for the Lions this year. They're going to go ahead and keep Jared Goff as starter. And if we were to get a backup quarterback, they would have drafted one in this last year's draft. Hell, you could have picked up Carson Strong as an undrafted free agent. They didn't do it, so they're not going to spend draft capital on Jimmy Garappolo. It's not happening. So when you see those articles, it's not true. But Lamar Jackson right now is having some issues with the Baltimore Ravens. Now, he's going to be their quarterback this year. There's no doubt about it. Are they going to extend him? There's questions that they may not extend him. He may not be a Baltimore Raven in 2023. Should the Lions pursue him if that's the case? If they don't re-sign Lamar Jackson, should the Lions pursue him? Well, he's going to be commanding a major contract, first off. If he does not get re-signed by the Baltimore Ravens, he's going to get paid buku money. A lot of money. Can the Detroit Lions afford to pay Lamar Jackson? Heck, absolutely they can after this year. We're talking right now $75 million in cap space. They have the ability to pay a Lamar Jackson. They could get out of the Jared Goff contract, and you're only doing a dead cap hit of $10 million. It's over $30-some million for his contract, so you're saving some money. So they can get out of Jared Goff if they wanted to move on from Lamar Jackson. The Baltimore Ravens, that is. They could go ahead and take him as quarterback. What other teams could pursue him with money? Well, the Indianapolis Colts always has money. The New Orleans Saints somehow be able to acquire talent, even though their cap is insane. You could see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There's a couple other teams out there. But again, he's going to command a lot of money. Can they pay for it? Would he be an upgrade for the Detroit Lions? Well, if you want to run the football, Lamar Jackson can do that. There's going to be a lot of play action. We've seen his strength, the former MVP. He can move the offense. A lot of people say, well, he's not a quarterback, he's a running back. Well, does he win football games? Does he take you to the playoffs? Is he a guy that has crazy talent? Yeah, he is. So that could be something the Lions look at. The Lions could draft a quarterback, but if you sign Lamar Jackson, you still have those 2 first-round picks. If their idea is to get a quarterback this offseason, you'd have 2 first-round picks to pick up anything else, a linebacker or another player that they want. You really could be a talented football team. It's all on the Baltimore Ravens, though, if they're going to do that. Should the Detroit Lions do it? I would say this. If Jared Goff does not live up to the potential and Lamar Jackson is available, why the hell not do it? I think the Lions would be a playoff contender. It'd be a team you have to deal with in the run game like that we haven't seen in a long time. It'd be a scary team. It would be absolutely scary. And it would be an option that Brad Holmes should take a look at. So why the hell not go to a scary team? But it's all conjecture right now. Let me know in the comment section what do you think about Lamar Jackson if he becomes a free agent or is able to get out of the Baltimore Ravens. Let me know in the comment section below. Upcoming videos, we got the One Pride podcast every single Thursday. A lot of stuff taking place on my channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the latest news rumors regarding our Detroit Lions.